Alrighty, welcome to episode 3 of The Scorecard. I've actually made this a podcast, so if you listen to podcasts on YouTube Music, you can do that there. Quick update on the last episode and what I talked about there. So, Project Slingshot, complete, absolute success. I mean, the videos, not only do I love the way that they turned out, but I've also seen how much support they've gotten and how much engagement they've gotten and exceeded expectations. I wouldn't say that it exceeded it so much so that I want to speed things up, because I think the one negative from this whole experiment was that I was starting to get a little bit burnt out and just taking things too fast and feeling a little bit weary from it all. And I don't want to ever think about that with these projects. I want these projects to be the things that energize me, not the things that, stress me out and wear me down. So moving forward, I think I'm going to slow down just a little bit with the content that I'm producing. From your perspective, it's probably going to look very similar to what I'm already doing. I think that I'm just gonna make the videos a little bit shorter. The first Olympics video was like 20 minutes long, and that thing took a lot of time to plan and to write and to edit. So I think I'm gonna stick to slightly shorter videos, hopefully around like 6 to 10 minutes. Once it gets too big, it starts to stress me out. But for the rest of the year, I've got like a solid 2 or 3 videos planned out. I think I'm just gonna make what I love making and not feel so much pressure to meet standards of getting a certain amount of subscribers or a certain amount of views. But with this whole series, with the scorecard, the last few videos have been about my own channel and updates on that. But I really want to use this platform to maybe talk about some deeper things. So I want to talk a little bit about slowing down, since that's kind of what I'm dealing with right now. The big thing for me is that I really hate quitting. At my best, I am perseverant. At my worst, I'm just stubborn. I hate quitting altogether. It's never made sense to me to quit on something just because it's frustrating. That kind of leaves you with 2 options. If you're not going to quit, then you can either be insane and keep doing the same thing, expecting a different result. That's the definition of insanity. Or you can change. You can either adjust your strategy, which I think is very reasonable in a lot of situations, or you can adjust your goals. I mean, I'm in control of my own life. I'm allowed to move the goalpost if I want to, right? Just a quick example, silly example, since this is a golf video. At one point, I wanted to get better at golf and be a scratch golfer. That was kind of just the goal I came up with in my head. But I quickly realized that it was really hard, and I have a lot of other priorities. If I wanted that really to be my priority, I would be able to do it, but I would have to give up so many other things. So instead of making golf my number one priority and giving up time with friends, giving up a big portion of my budget because golf is an expensive sport, I changed my goal. I still want to get better. I mean, if you're looking at how I'm playing in this video, I'm playing a lot better than I was in episode 1 or episode 2. And it's really fun to play better, but I just want to play good enough to enjoy the sport more. Like, you hear the saying, golf is a good walk ruined. It's only a good walk ruined if you suck at golf, or if you have that mentality. If you're playing good, it's amazing. It's a good walk enhanced. So just getting better in order to enjoy the sport more, that isn't a quantifiable goal, but it actually has meaning behind it. And it's a lot more realistic for me. Being scratched doesn't really do me any good. It just, is a number to put beside my name and go, hey, I'm a scratch golfer. But that's about it. Being able to hit a cool shot every now and then, and being able to play a cool, difficult course the way that it's meant to, does have value to me. So that's really the only motivation that I have with golf. Now, another example with YouTube is my original goal was to see if I want to make this a larger commitment to making videos. But I would have to give up a lot of other things. I'd have to give up my other hobbies. I would, possibly be doing it full time, which means that that's my job. And after going through that whole process of it just stressing me out and thinking about how much more weight would be on my performance if that was what was putting dinner on the table, no thank you. And I kind of learned that through this whole project. So the new goal is just to create videos that are entertaining, informing, and enriching to both me and the audience. I have that natural competitiveness that leads to giving my best effort, But added pressure doesn't actually help, and I've found that out so many times in my life. There are so many stories I could bring up about examples of that, but I'll have to save that for another video down the road. I really hope that you enjoyed watching this. There is a link in my description if you want to ask me questions, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Stay safe out there.